Hi fellow traders. This I'm making this video to share analysis of AUD USD, USD CHF, and NZD USD. So let's start with AUD USD. I was already in buy position, which I exited with 23 pips gain right after release of positive retail sales from the US today, and then I re-entered buy position in Australian dollar, not versus US dollar, but versus Swiss franc, because US dollar has gained the most against Swiss franc. And if you compare all the currencies, like if you compare the gain of dollar versus euro versus pound versus AUD versus NZD versus Swiss franc after release of retail sales, you will find that the Swiss franc has become the weakest in last 3 hours after the release of retail sales. It means the gain in USD CHF to the upside has not only been caused by the gain in US dollar, but also has been caused by significant weakness in Swiss franc. This may be the temporary weakness of Swiss franc, but this can be enough to trigger an upward retracement. Therefore, it would be a good idea to buy AUD versus CHF rather than staying long in AUD versus USD. While Euro USD, GBP USD, such popular currencies are falling, and other popular currency like USD JPY is rising, it's not suggested to trade against US dollar. So I have entered buy position already, and how to exit this AUD CHF trade is the new question. So before I uh, proceed to AUD USD AUD CHF discussion, let's look at the setup on USD CHF. Here is a perfect classical ABCD, which is a reversal pattern. BC is 61.8% retracement of AB. CD is 127.2% extension of BC, precisely. So this is ABCD, and this is a reversal pattern. As I always say, if reversal pattern doesn't work for full reversal, it can at least cause 30% retracement to the upside. So it can make USD CHF go to this area from here. This is the 30% of A to D, 30% of AD, which is 96.77. But I'm not suggesting to buy in USD CHF because we have a downtrend on longer time frame. If we look at this weekly time frame, this A, B, C, D 61.8% extension as per the length of AB was completed. Price has reacted to the upside and then again fallen down, closed below this. And if we look at this daily, already the previous day had closed below the previous day has closed below this low. So long-term picture is bearish, and I'll not suggest to go for any buy position in USD CHF right now. Rather, we are using this short-term trade against CHF for making some profits in short term to follow our plan of AUD USD. The original plan of AUD USD was to target this area, this 50% of this downswing from here to here. So instead of targeting this area in AUD USD, we are just we have just entered buy in AUD CHF, and we will exit the buy position. Whether AUD USD reaches first here or USD CHF reaches first here. So that's all about the AUD CHF. You'll have to watch manually which pair is reaching the target first, and then we have to exit the AUD CHF. Now let's talk about the invalidation of this buy trade setup. If 4-hour candle closes below this previous C point, then this AUD CHF buy trade setup will be invalidated. Similar kind of setup we have in NZD USD. I suggested to wait for this retracement to take a shape of reversal, and it has taken a shape of reversal as it has broken above this downtrend line. In last video of NZD USD, I had told that all retracements are around 50 or 55 pips. This previous retracement was 50 or 55 pips. This was also something around 54, 55 pips. And from this point to this trend line, this was also around 53 or something like that, 53 pips or something like that. So if price return back to the downside from here, it would be continuous into the downside. It would be continuous into the downtrend. But if it crosses above and closes above, then definitely it is little uptrend, maybe not very big uptrend, but it will at least push this New Zealand dollar with this 61.8% of whole downswing from here to here. So after the price went above, came below to this breakout point, that was 38.2, and that is when I entered my buy position. In the buy position in NZD CHF has been entered around 0.6398, and we'll exit this position in the same style as I discussed for our CHF. I'll wait for either of these pairs to reach their target, and then I'll exit. If NZD USD reaches here first, I'll exit this position, or if USD CHF reaches here first, I will exit this position of NZD CHF. Invalidation point of this pair will be a little tricky to understand. If USD CHF will come down and breaks below this point, then definitely this both AUD CHF and NZD CHF buy position will be invalidated, and we'll have to exit the position. But if NZD itself comes down and start trading below this trend line, then we'll have to look for the further development. Let's say price comes down, start trading below, again retraces to the upside, but again bounces to the downside again from this trend line, then definitely bulls are dead and we have to exit the buy position. But price may come down, may again go up and cross this trend line and start going up. So we'll have to be looking for further development. Right now the situation is in favor of bulls. Right now it's not necessary that price will further fall and come below this trend line, but even if it falls, then it's not necessarily is an invalidation of bulls. Maybe it can fall below and then return back to the upside. So you have to look for further price development if by any chance it falls below the trend line. After falling below the trend line, there will be reaction to the upside, and then if again it will bounce to the downside from the trend line, then it will be invalidation. For example, let me explain you. If it happens like this, it comes down, goes up, and again bounce to the downside. If this action will take place, then the buy trade set up on this NZD will be invalidated, and we have to exit the buy position of NZD CHF. So that's all about this analysis of NZD USD, USD CHF, and AUD CHF. Thank you for watching.